Hey everybody, this is going to be a part 2 to the intro video. I'm interested to see what people think about the first one. I'm recording this one as the first one's scheduled, so we'll see what people think of it. But following up on this, I wanted to spend this video kind of breaking down what these really first two world building projects are going to be. They've both been ideas that I've had since I was 16, and I just kind of figured it's time to get off my ass and, over a decade later to just finally do them and stop waiting until somebody approves of them and just make them. So the first one, Project 78, which is what that texture painted door is gonna be a doorway into, is really supposed to be a film, and it's about this kid who lucid dreams his life away, but because of events that happen in the story, he finds a reason to basically enjoy his life instead of enjoying his idea of a perfect life. So that's going to be the first one, and then the second one is just a straight up balls to the wall superhero world building. It was originally going to be a TV show, and we'll see what that blooms into. Because that one, Project 13, I already have like the early first drafts of Season 1 done. But I figured actually a really good way to build and continue the story is by world building and almost stress testing my concepts with the public and seeing what works, what doesn't, what people like, what people don't like. And, if I'm really adamant about an idea, sure, I'll keep it to the end of my days. But yeah, I figured it'd be kind of cool to, instead of wait until the show is done, just demonstrate the world that I plan on creating and getting everybody hyped up, so by the time the show does come out, people can say, oh, it's this character. I remember when he was doing the designs for this. So, just kind of starting that spreading of love early than normal. And like I said in the previous video, each door is going to have a different design. Each door is going to replicate some kind of entry way or entry mechanism that's based off of that world. And for the time being, I am really doing a couple things in this video that you're watching right now. The first one is trying to copy and paste the animation on one door onto the animation of another door. And it worked to an extent. I was able to copy the animation for the doorknob perfectly fine, but the door itself I had a lot of trouble with. So I just figured, it might be better if I just redo the animation from scratch and learn all over again, because frankly, it hadn't been that much time, but I already forgot how to do all this. But I figured it would be a good way to just practice and really build up that skill over and over and over again. So I wasn't, too upset about it, and hey, it was going to get done no matter what, as long as I put in the work, so I was pretty happy with that. Secondly, I had bought this shader pack a long time ago called Kamikaze, and it was all of these really well-designed, well-built shader nodes for things like cell shading, and I thought, well, that would be perfect for this kind of project, so I'll start with a cell-shaded door. And you're going to see me kind of dabble with this a little bit, but really what I was trying to do was I was trying to texture paint some cross-hatching and then put the cell shade over it. But the problem was I couldn't get both that and an image texture node to work together at the same time. Let me know in the comments if you noticed this before, if you've ever used Kamikaze. But because it's a custom shader, it's not like I can plug the image texture in to the cell shader, because there's really no place for it, at least a place that I'm familiar with, to give it that look. When I do try to put a texture paint in there, it comes off very opaque and faded. which is not what I want. This is kind of a world that's more than anything inspired by artists like Mobius and, above all, Todd McFarlane. Like, basically, if you remember Ben O'Reilly from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it's going to be that. And the thing with that is it's so bold, you have to be really, really careful about how you design that, because if you do too much cross-hatching, or if you do, too many things at once, it gets really, really distracting. So you're going to see that in this version of the opening. But, it's all a learning experience, and like I said, let me know if you've experienced that before, and either way, I'm just really happy and excited to learn new things. I'm probably going to make my own custom cell shader and then use Kamikaze every once in a while. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at for all this. And either way, it was a great learning experience. It just makes me more excited because it feels like this is all coming together, and maybe I'm going to lose my mind because I'm devoting a world building channel to building multiple worlds when it's usually just one world. But I've made so much more progress in just these little moments that I have in a long time, so it makes me excited, and it's just a cool foreshadowing, hopefully for you, but especially for myself, of what this will pertain and actually bringing these ideas and these characters to life. So yeah, thanks a ton for being on this journey with me. If you are experiencing this journey with me this early on, I would be kind of shocked, but in the best way possible. But yeah, thank you for your support, and hopefully I'll bring you something of value in the future. And without further ado, here's the new intro.